Welcome to this segment of Soul, Silence, and Sound. This is brought to you by BeSimply.
Stars, trees, clouds, and the moon. They all have a meaning and they look just like you.
Welcome to this segment of Soul and Luna Cycles. We are observing a full moon here in the Northern Hemisphere. It tipped over early before dawn, and we are feeling lunation energy and solar energy simultaneously. This moment, I just want to welcome every one of you that are listening, one with gratitude and an open heart. And thank you for taking this moment just to be and listen. So no matter where you are, if you're biological female within your menstrual cycle, or if you're past your phase of menstruation, you still have a moon cycle, which is important for you to sync up to. And then our biological male, I really want to encourage you to listen to, because you have a lunar cycle also. And ultimately, when we learn to sync up to our rhythm and our flow, then life can be a lot more effortless. In addition, the most exciting part, I feel, is that between the new moon and the full moon, you're given this opportunity to transform and to continue feeding that which you're destined to create here on this earth plane. And so in this moment, collectively, we are clearing, and that is so beautiful. And it can be shocking at times because these revelations, pun intended, are appearing potentially in your day-to-day life, in your subconscious mind, maybe your conscious mind, and that subconscious mind is very reflective. Depending on your awareness and your dreaming attention, it can arrive there too. And so as these things start to appear, these awarenesses, it's not meant to cling on to. And if we did our inner work in such a way every single day, we would be a healthy society. But we're working towards that. And what healthy means is in harmony with nature, by my definition, in harmony with your true nature, and in community where we are in a commitment to stay well together. And so the pendulum doesn't swing far. And so right now, there is a lot of amplification. It's like swimming through dark waters and attempting to be well when our society is going through this great purification and cleansing process. So the words that came up last night when I was laying prayers, and even this morning before dawn, is all clear, and meaning that typically, we are given our full lifetime to reconcile past action in this lifetime and others, and to transform and learn and acquire skills and knowledge that we can move forward with our eternal being so that we can serve in future moments. And in this moment, we are actually collectively going through a clearing process, a purification process, and it will take as long as it needs to. People, I think, are tired and they're ready for like that sunrise, which is coming. But to trust in the space in between here in that moment, and that if you so do choose, you can clear by observing, by letting go, meaning not grabbing on to anything, especially those things you feel like you need to fix or all of that. It's sometimes just the observation and that awareness allows for the let go. And then there doesn't have to be a lot of talk and revisiting and I don't know, rolling around in the trauma of our past, our ancestors, and ourselves. It's just like, oh, oh, oh. And this is similar. I was reflecting really early this morning that what happens in death, I've spent the past 2 decades working in birth, life, and death in my private practice, and also integratively in different settings and different diseases, and also in my private practice. And what I can share is that, especially at that birth and death gateway, there is a lot of clearing that happens, that especially between the mama and baby, there's all this karma, cause and effect, that gets to lift off. And it's so beautiful when I get to be in that place, because not only am I witnessing certain things for the soul of the child and the soul of the mother and the father, that it is just this beautiful extension to be the observer to things that can just leave. They don't have to stay. And this is the responsibility of the observer, because when we have attachment, when we have emotion, we could cling on to it. So if you could imagine, if I'm assisting in a birth and I have attachment to what I'm feeling, witnessing, observing, based on the physicality of what's unfolding right around us, and the in between, the veil in between, that it could get confusing and distorted. And so right now, we're all having this moment where we're starting to see what's coming off. We're starting to be awake to what is. And with that awareness, it's the opportunity to approach things differently. And the same thing I witness at death when I'm assisting someone at the end of their life is all these things start to fall away, and their eternal being starts to rise up and shine so beautifully. And so I share that because right now, many of you are starting to witness aspects on an eternal level that are ready to lift off. And that may appear, like I mentioned, in dreams. It may appear in the waking state, something you hear triggers something. All these things are ready to lift off. Now, you have to choose if you want to let it go. Key number 1, if you continue to ruminate, talk over and over about something that's done, that's not here anymore, you're going to continue to feed it an electromagnetic charge. And it's kind of like a child imagining there's a boogie monster under their bed. And if they continue to feed it with fear, and the parents coddle and feed it with fear, that boogie monster gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And so right now, it's really important, whatever you're witnessing, perceiving, coming off your mind, heart, body, soul, just to observe it and let it go, not engage with it. Because as soon as the observer, being you, engages with a perception of something, you can start to get engaged in a way that will muddy it or make it stay longer. And that's not necessary. And I think in our society where we have analysis paralysis, especially, even wanting to like scientifically prove certain things, like to prove this does that and that does this and this is because of that. And, we're really trying to go from the physicality to the unexplainable and back, negating that there is a divine force running through every single one of us. And that divine force is supporting us in ways that are not comprehensible and are not trackable via analysis paralysis. It's the wonderment. And I'm not sure why anyone wants to take away that special wonderment. It's really, or wants to try to control it or prove it. It's just a beautiful thing to allow to be, and to be the bridge between this cleansing and this clearing. When we allow the clearing to happen and truly let it go, you will be freer, And then also in those moments when we're seeing is that this is that opportunity to soften the gaze, to humble down, as I stated in my phrases on the graphics I created today, is that when we go through something, and if we've stored it in our eternal being or our physical being, once we let it go, there's like, and once we kind of are willing to see it from beyond, it's humbling more than not. I would say always, in my experience, professionally and personally, it's humbling. And that humility is so powerful because it really just softens the gaze and opens one up to more compassion and empathy, to be able to empathize and to sympathize if you've walked in a certain pathway that another person has. And I encourage you really right now just to observe what's clearing, what's cleansing, what's pulling off of you, and where you can soften your gaze. And how you can maybe notice that there's a part of you that's ready to soften, is that's where the ego comes in, the judgment comes in. Part of that's good, discernment. You can have discernment, or if you have a knowing about something, an experience about something, there might be a little bit like, question, and it could be perceived as judgment. But for you right now, you know yourself through this life from the beginning of your conception to you exit out of this physicality. You know yourself the best. And so the parts where you have maybe a little too much pride, a little too much ego, judgment, a sense of grandiosity, that you know it all, those are the areas where to humble down. And this can get confusing in our society because there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of people with a wide range of experience, and it's hard to navigate, who knows what and where that no is coming from. And so as you get clear with yourself and really align with what you're ready to clear, what the universe is showing you, you're ready, let it lift off. Then there you can soften the gaze, because at that moment where you're like, yeah, I'm ready, I surrender to what's being shown to me, I surrender to letting this go. At that moment, you can soften the gaze so you can see a little bit deeper. And what can happen from my observation, if we keep poking like trauma from a point of, okay, we got to talk about this more, we have to talk about this more. It's an artificial process, because nature will assist us in this process. And that's why if you all of a sudden get triggered by something, whether it's in the waking state, the sleeping state, in a meditative state, something gets ignited, an electromagnetic charge goes off, emotions, thoughts, memories, all those kinds of things go off. That's the time to do the work, the process, the analysis, the reflection, and a willingness to let go. Because that's what those charges are. They're saying, are you ready to let this go? And if we cling on to those moments too much and bottle it up as another landmine for the future, that's all it will continue to be. And again, it can become like that monster under the bed to the small child. It'll get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that can lead to many distortions and delusions and illusions. And the individual can lose sight of reality as we experience it on the physical realm, but also in these other realms. And this is why in meditation and any inner work, it's good to have someone that is discerning, is objective, and willing to help one see, because it's not always to see, especially where we have any blind spots. So as we continue through this cycle of this first lunation of the new lunar year, the 13th for the Equator, I encourage you just to think back just simply to 2 weeks ago and what was rising up, and then feel the potency in what you're observing and seeing right now. And this extra charge that we're getting not only from the full moon, but from the sun right now is to help us clear out the filter, blow out the filter so that you can move beyond. Because let's face it, anything that you store in your physical, mental, spiritual, emotional bodies and your eternal body is going to hold you back. It's like luggage that you don't need. And this is why we're coming up on spring cleaning, that extra charge in the northern hemisphere, that yang energy welcoming us to clean out, and the wind energy in the southern hemisphere welcoming us to clear things out. So as inspired, I welcome you, whatever's coming up, just to clear it out in the physical, emotional, spiritual body, and then your physicality around you where you live, and start thinking about what can I let go of, what energetically is in and around me that's ready to go. And if you hold on to it, it's just going to weight you down. And so someone might say, well, I try to let go, and it just keeps coming. So I want to explain a little bit about the let go process. It's really to not wallow too much in the suffering of what maybe has risen up. So you see it rises up, and it might cause an emotion. All emotions are valid. They're there for a reason. They're connected to our physical body. So as they rise up, you allow the emotion to process and roll out of you. And I always recommend seeing it like a ball of yarn. You can have your own metaphor, but a ball of yarn, and you let it roll out of the physical, emotional, spiritual body, all of you, every aspect of you. Just let it roll out, and don't run after it and roll it back up. And that, I mean by that is that means you don't spend so much time in your mind thinking about it that you keep ruminating. As you ruminate, you're just rolling that ball up, rolling. Let it stay out. That will afford you having a clearer system. It'll quiet the mind, and it'll help you be a more objective observer. And you will find your compassion and your ability to see what is in a moment and offer something of value, not only to the situation, but to your community, will increase. So I want to invite each and every one of you just to start with one aspect of yourself. It might be the mental part of you, the physical, the emotional, the spiritual, your physical surroundings that you're ready to clear. And how I want you to identify it is not based on something random, but actually what you've been seeing and witnessing and has been showing up for you in the past few weeks. In addition, it doesn't always inner work does not always have to be associated with maybe the downfalls of your past actions. It can also be associated with your great fortune. So imagine you all are superstars. Imagine yourself, you're in training. And so athlete or an artist or anyone that's really in training to master and continue to grow and learn as we evolve as a society will need to keep applying effort towards this discipline and willingness to focus and clear. So if something's working really well, or that you've been working on and building, and there's no perceptual things that have come up that the universe is saying, here, clear this out. It's saying, here, focus on this, focus there, and apply effort there. So wherever it's showing, and then that area, wherever you're destined to apply effort, apply the concept of clearing. So let's say the universe is saying, hey, I want you to spend more time learning how to be a mechanic. You're a really good mechanic, but the universe is saying you could actually increase your skill set. So you would clear space, create more space in your day, in your week to apply effort there. That's what the universe is showing you. So that might take reorganizing how you approach a day so that you can have that for yourself and see what comes of it. If you're in a position where you're having things come up on a deep soul level, again, create the space, identify it, create the space, and allow it to roll out of you. And then soften the gaze both ways. If you're learning something new or something that you think you know, soften the gaze, listen deeper. There's always something else to be learned. And I encourage you, in either moment that you have going on or both, to walk around it. Walk around the room in 360 degrees and examine it from all sides. This is how we start to have an understanding of one another and where someone else is coming from. When we start to say, oh, if you're this, I will only listen to you because you're that, but you're ignoring the other angles, the other 359 degrees, because they don't fit into the construct of your mind, you're limiting yourself because you're like, oh, only this can have information for me. Only a book can have information for me. Only someone that has these letters after their name can have information for me. Only a child can have information for me. Whatever it is, only something that I hear in my head has the right information for me. Bow down to that. Soften your gaze. Humble down and examine all sides and get objective with yourself. And if you feel like you're not objective, that you're a little delusional in certain aspects of your life or all aspects of your life, reach out. Reach out to get some assistance, some genuine reflections from someone that can guide you, whether it's myself or anyone else. Just really don't hesitate to find someone that could be discerning. And the last thing I'll say about this when we're clearing is that oftentimes when we have something to clear, that because maybe we don't want to step into our mastery about something, or because we are comfortable with our wounds and the things we carry forward, that we will find people to reinforce our delusion, our Achilles tendon, our jagged edges. We will find people to reassure us in that area. And so that is not helpful right now, because we will continue to be clearing, cleansing, like it or not, because everything around us beyond this physicality is really applying energy to us like a good deep car wash. It's clearing, it's detailing, it's going to keep going. And also on the final note there, and I mentioned this last week in my talk, and if you didn't listen to it, I encourage you to. As we go through this process, it'll take as long as it takes, but we're also going to witness that there are beings on this planet that are actually here in this dark era, but will not be here beyond that. And so with that, if you find yourself like being attached to those fields, but you're aware that they are a field that's brought humanity to this place, I encourage you just to step away and just observe it, and then you'll know what to do. It'll be all worked out, but just to understand that you really, as much as possible, get true in your heart, get true in your family unit, however it is, and your community, and really anchor into where you want to be. And if you don't know, reach out. I want you to know that you matter, and some of this right now that's going on can be very disorienting, but you're not alone. And just even if you're listening to this, that tells me that you are self-aware enough to take the time out to sit, listen, and receive, and that there are like-minded people all around this beautiful earth plane that can be there with you. So with that being said, that was a long chat. I am welcoming you to come up into an upright seated position. As you lift that spine up and drop those shoulders down, I welcome you to take a nice gentle breath in and exhale out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good. One more inhale. And exhale. And just gently observe your natural breathing pattern. And if your mind gets distracted, I just encourage you to just notice your breath. Allow that to be your focal point, a soft focal point down below. And the thoughts, just allow them to be, allow them to float by. And gently from there, I welcome you to gently lean back and recline or move fully into Shavasana, a prone position on your back with your palms facing upward as we transition into receiving sound. As you settle in, just take a nice gentle breath into the heart and out. Again, inhale. And exhale. And one more inhale. And exhale. And then continue to follow your natural breathing pattern. taking a soft, gentle breath in and out of your heart center. Gently breathing in and out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Another one, inhale. And exhale. And then gently from there, wherever you might be, if you're lying down or you're ready to sit up, just move in your flow when you're ready to do that. And then as you rise back up, I would just welcome you to take a few breaths in and out of the body when you're ready. And then I welcome you just to continue to be in this moment and allow yourself to continue to observe from this day when you're listening to this broadcast into the next few days. And as you do, just observe within yourself that which is clearing, which is naturally being encouraged to clear, bring into a healthy perspective, a well perspective for the benefit of your state of being and others. And if at any moment you feel like it just keeps rising and rising and you can't let it go, please reach out. And know that sometimes this clearing process is like a layered cake. It takes many times for it to come up and then go back down, come up and back down. And then eventually you make it all the way through the layers and then you're completely neutral with it. And that's how we do our ancestral healing. This is how we transform and we welcome in this new moment that we are being ushered into. So keep rocking steady, keep your feet deeply rooted into the earth right now. Remember your heart and the divine that runs through all things. And nature is a great place for you to observe it. It comes without talking heads and books that were written long, long ago. And I say that because a lot has changed from that point to now. But nature continues to be one constant reflection that we can observe. So I want to thank you all for being here right now. It's a real deep honor to have people tune in, and I appreciate you and I respect your energy for taking the space. I want to thank Random Rab, Dante Marino, Kadri Scott for being here, part of this process, and we'll be exiting out with little Kadri Scott. And until next time, this is Suzanne signing out with a full heart, a soft gaze, a deep bow, and a namaste.
The way your eyes feel